Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another match preview as the Reds travel to a Leicester City side who are in very good form ahead of this one against a Reds side who are not in the best of form after being thrashed 4-1 by Manchester City as well. And to join me is the lad from Beyond the 90. I have James and Alex, and also someone who's just turned up. It is Mr. Neel. So I've got all the lads on Beyond the 90 except Anthony, of course. But how are you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Doing great.
Neel,
my green screen's having a freak out, but I'm good. I'm good. Let's see if I can sort that out during this. Hey.
Yeah, we were talking off air, and Neel, and yeah, James and Alex were telling me about your green screen problems. Oval green screen.
Yeah, it was cheap. That's all I can say. I wish I had invested in a better quality one. A one that James has got a really nice one. As you can tell, you can't see the sides here, but I will get there, James. Don't worry. But just Beyond the 90, we figure it out as we go along. So I'm still trying to figure out the right camera angle at the moment to get maximum green screen usage.
Well, I really do appreciate the three of you coming on tonight. It is an absolute pleasure. So, James, is this the best time for Leicester to play Liverpool, do you think?
I think so. There's obviously never a good time to play Liverpool. But I think with the Champions League next week, your current form, I think it is the right time to play Liverpool for us. Like you say, our form's getting better and better. We have a few blips here and there, but we seem to do well against the big teams. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I think we spoke off camera about, I think this battle will be won on the midfield. Whoever wins that midfield battle will win this game.
Aye, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Neel, you have a bit of a few injury problems, though, haven't you? James Justin, the latest one to fall injured to the injury list, as you say. How big a blow would he be if he missed the game?
We recorded post-match and me and Alex were both crying pretty much. So he's quite a big injury. It was a big injury at the time. However, in Brendan Rodgers' press conference, and he'll miss the match for Liverpool, but I don't think it's as serious as first thought, which is an absolute really fortunate for us. And I think the same thing went through all Leicester City fans' head when he went off. Was like, who are we going to play? He's so versatile. He can play in the left wing, the right wing, back three, left back, left wing, and right wing, and left back, full back. So it's going to be a big miss for us. Again, we've got other players out like Fofana and Castagna as well, as the likes of Wes Morgan, who has not really featured much this season. But I think similar to where Liverpool went, Liverpool have got a few injuries at the moment as well. So it's something I think it's just going to happen to all teams at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alex, I mean, the last time Leicester played Liverpool, every so-called pundit and fan alike were thinking that Leicester were going to go to Anfield and win this one. Is there a sense of the same this time around?
I don't think so. I think we've kind of learned our lessons. Especially on Twitter, it's not as vocally, everyone's not as vocal as they were last time. Because last time when we were facing off against Liverpool, Leicester City Twitter just seemed to be like, "Oh, we're going to beat them. This is our game. No one's going to beat us. We're at the top of the league." Like everything. And then we didn't win. We ended up getting thrashed 3-0, and that really quieted, and I think it really humbled a lot of fans.
Yeah,
we're getting up there. We challenge in the top, but I think there's a lot of lessons that we still need to learn, and I think that was a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, I know it is kind of that similarity as well, but yeah, I mean, we obviously had Jota then. I think we had Gomez then. I think we had Matip then. So yeah, times have changed. And James, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think that the fact that obviously Liverpool were coming into this game, like potentially starting a new centre-back in Ozan Kabak, do you think Vardy might fancy his chances against Kabak?
I think so. I just don't want Kabak to kick him. I'll be honest. We can't have any more injuries. I've seen Kabak play. He's an absolute beast of a player. Quite a few people I spoke to said that he's probably on the same level as Söyüncü. Obviously, they both play together in Turkey. And I think it's a great sign if you. I know that we've said many times that we'd have liked him at Leicester alongside Kag, and I think that'd have been a great signing for us. But yeah, he does worry me. Although he is slotting into a new team, he might not have trained with them that much. He might not know how they're going to play. But at least it releases, hopefully, probably Henderson for you to go into the midfield battle, which is probably where he's more needed than a centre back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look at Leicester City's form. Obviously, the 0-0 draw with Wolves of the weekend, Neil. Do you feel a bit of sense that was a game that you should have won?
Potentially coming into the game, the more and more we went into as more as the game went on, we would we'll just take a draw, because neither team were really. Wolves were coming off a bad run of form. We were coming in. We were just not playing. There was just things that the players looked tired. I know it's a bit of an excuse, but overall the things weren't gelling together. And we're going to have that with the young side, and for the amount of games we've played, that's going to be the case. So yeah, it's just going to be the case with the Wolves game. I don't think any Leicester City fan in hindsight was too worried about it. I mean, all the results I think around us went our way as well, which really helped. And that's something that we've kind of take more advantage of, But yeah, the Wolves result, I think, was a bit of a blip. We've turned it round, and the last minute goal means the world to the team at the moment. So we're definitely going to take that momentum into the Liverpool game. However, I'm not as I remember saying to you 4-3. That's not happening this time.
I do remember you. I do remember you saying that as well. Alex, what have you made of Liverpool this season?
Sorry, what was that?
What have you made? What have you made of Liverpool as a Leicester fan this season?
Yeah, I'm surprised, because I thought they were going to come into the season like they finished off last season. I thought they were going to come out really strong and really maintain that composure and really, challenge. And I've been quite surprised to see them, losing matches that you thought they would win, or drawing a match. But at the same time, there's the amount of firepower that your squad has is just incredible. And really, I think they're like that one game that can easily turn the entire season around. So one of the things I've learned, especially over this season, is to never count Liverpool out, and never count any of the top teams out, because that one game can really completely change the course of how the season will play out.
Yeah, I mean, City tore us apart. I was speaking to James and Alex off air before we came on here, and I was saying to them that, City did absolutely dominate us in that game, and I am worried, considering that you have very good technical players like Maddison, Tielemans. That is going to be very, very key as well. But James, you've got a point about Thiago that you want to bring up.
Yeah. So Thiago is world class. Let's not forget that. But is he world class in the Premier League? He's great on the ball. He's composed. He slows things down. And that is not the way Liverpool played last season. Last season, they were going through the midfield at pace and scoring goals at pace. I just think, and same as Leicester, we have Tielemans and Madders that does exactly the same thing. We go from defence to midfield to attack at pace, and teams can't cope with this. And I don't think teams could cope with Liverpool last season when they did it. I just feel that Thiago puts his foot on the ball and slows it down to his pace. And he was great at doing that at every single club he's been at. But the Premier League is the fastest league in the world. And I just get, as I said to you this morning, I just get a bit concerned that that's what's slowing your team down at the minute. Is the going through the midfield bit is very, very slow. And when you've got fast players around him, people are getting back and defending and blocking shots and things. And I think that's probably what's hurt you, because your counter-attack game used to be the same as ours. But you seem to have lost that to attack with here a little bit.
Yeah, see, the thing with that is I've said on a couple of videos that I've done this week and last week. I said that I think Thiago is missing sort of a solid centre-back partnership, because last season we had like Van Dijk, Gomez, Van Dijk, Matip, and then obviously Van Dijk, Lovren. This season it's been like Van Dijk, Gomez, Van Dijk, Matip, Van Dijk, Fabinho. He's not had a chance, and yeah, he's been injured as well. So I fully take on what you've said about Thiago. I just think he is missing Van Dijk and Gomez there, because I think it's affected Trent's play not having Gomez there and not having Van Dijk, and plus Van Dijk does those long balls, so I think that's affecting Trent's game as well, and I think it's affecting Robertson's game. To be fair, Robertson's been better than Trent anyway, but I honestly think if Van Dijk and Gomez were there, I think Thiago would play a lot better. I don't think he's a DM. I think you have to have him just behind the front three. So as we're onto the subject of team selection, I'll come to Neil for this one. What is your team for Leicester for Saturday?
That's a tough one, because I think Alex is thinking the same thing as well. It's going to be a tough one. I think we will go player for player and set up in a 4-2-3-1. I think that's probably the most likely. You'll see Jamie Vardy, as usual, up top. And then behind him, you'll see Barnes, I'd say Maddison through the middle, and then probably all Brighton on the right. Again, he's a player that Leicester fans absolutely love. And he's kind of like your James Milner. You know what you're getting for him. He can play that position. He works his socks off, and he's a really undervalued player with the team. And when he's out the side, you really notice it. And he's managed to get in pretty much since 2016, where he's been overlooked by other players. Other players have been ahead of him, and he's slowly managed to work himself into every single team. Behind that, you're going to see Wilfred Ndidi probably, and Yuri Tillemans, who's one to look out for. Again, he's absolutely on fire this season. If he has a bad game, like Liverpool, the team has a bad game, and it's that simple, pretty much. You'll see Evans and Soyuncu probably as your back two, and your fullbacks. You're probably going to see Ricardo and Justin. I mean, Daley Campbell had a really good performance against Brighton, one to look out for, and then Schmeichel in goal. So most likely you're going to look at like a 4-2-3-1. That way, it's the way we've been playing of recent as well. Brendan Rodgers might set up with a back three, but I don't think he's got the players to play at the moment.
Alex, do you agree with that?
Well, Neil, you did say Justin.
He's injured.
Yeah.
He can't play, can
he? Yeah, he's not playing.
Justin can't play.
No,
he's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, he's injured.
Did I say Thomas or did I say?
No, you said Justin.
You said Justin.
I meant Thomas. I meant Thomas. I do this all the time. Yeah, we're really professional on our channel. No, I meant to say Thomas on one side and Ricardo on the other. But yeah, time for me to do this.
James, would you agree with what Neil said?
Yeah, the only thing I will say is we've got Slavia Prague next week. Huge European game for the club. You're in Hungary, are you? I can't.
Yeah, we're in Budapest. Yeah, we're in Budapest.
Yeah, because you can't play Leipzig. So I think that's a huge game for us. I think we're going to cement top four. As I said to you off camera, I think we're not going to win the league, but we will be top four. And we need to get as far as we can in Europe. So I think I agree with Neil. It just depends whether we've got one eye on that game. And then we might see Perez play instead of Brighton. He might not risk Ndidi to come straight back in. He might give him a bit more time. He might try and protect a few players. So it's one of the things I'm not sure because we've got Europe next week. But yeah, I think Neil's right. If it was me, I'd probably pick the team he said because that's probably our best team. It's just what do you do about Europe and same with Liverpool. Will they put a full strip team out? I know Klopp might not even have his eye on the game because he's obviously gone into that bereavement of his mum the last few days, which is awful, as we know, and because of the pandemic, he can't go to that. So it might be a kind of a strange game for everyone because both teams will have their eye on Europe. Who do you play? Who's your best team?
Yeah.
It's a difficult one for me.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to go straight off the bat and say this is what the Liverpool side I think he's going to be playing. Alisson, Trent, Kabak, Fabinho, Robertson, Gini, Hendo, Thiago, Salah, Mane, Firmino. I don't see there being any changes. I think if he was to change it, then maybe bring Gini out because Gini's a robot. Gini is an absolute machine. I don't think he's been injured for a long time. So the man keeps staying fit. The man keeps playing. So he needs a rest. But yeah, I think it'll be that. So score predictions. I'll ask you one by one. James, what's your score prediction?
We're going to win 2-0. Alisson's going to give Vardy the ball, and he'll just bury it in the back of the net. That's my prediction.
I bloody hope not. Neil?
Oh, I got this so wrong last time. I said that Liverpool would score 3 goals against us, which was technically true, but I said we'd score 4. If I've not mentioned it already. I think we'll get a draw out of this, and that will be okay. I'd say a 1-1 draw would be enough for both teams to be okay. And yeah, I'd say a 1-1 draw, to be honest. And just a quick question to you, Doug. What do you think Klopp will focus on, the Champions League or the Premier League at the moment? Because obviously you've got a good run into Europe, but also with that 4th spot, it's not guaranteed to be yours as of yet. So, and that's probably the most important thing to secure Champions League football for next year, financially and also for the club.
Yeah, I'm going to answer that very, very quickly. I think he will focus on the Premier League, but the Champions League is a bonus, I think. But we all want to be in the Champions League for sure. You guys will be in the Champions League, so hopefully that will happen at the end of the season. But yeah, I think he'll focus on Premier League and Champions League, I would say, for that one. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Alex, your score prediction?
I don't like predicting scores, but I'm gonna go with Neil on this one. 1-1 draw seems like a safe bet at this point. And just you don't know what the lineups are really going to be like with everyone, with both teams playing games. So you might see more of a game where they sit back and might be happy with getting the point each.
Interesting. Right. I have 2 predictions in my mind. So my head is saying 2 on you. My heart is saying 2 on us. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm not confident, but I'm going to say Maddison for Leicester, Salah and Salah and Henderson, I would say, to score the goals for Liverpool. But yeah, guys, let us know your score predictions. Let us know your starting 11s in the comments section down below. It should be a very, very good game. Saturday lunchtime. I feel sorry for Alex because obviously he's going to be up at 7 a.m. to watch that. You poor thing. You poor thing. But thank you to James, Neel, and Alex for coming on to preview the game for the weekend. James, just quickly tell us where you can find you on your socials.
Twitter at James E. Harlow, or just beyond the 90 LCFC. We're always on that, to be honest.
Excellent. And it's great to finally get you on as well. I've been wanting to get you on for ages, so thank you very much for joining me today. Neil, same with you, beyond the 90, and I am Mysterium at Twitter, is that right?
Yes, I am Mysterium, but mostly if you want football stuff to check out, I am Beyond the 90 LCFC. And yeah, just thanks for having us on, Doug. Sorry for being a bit late, but it's the best I can do.
Oh, no, not a problem. And Alex, fantastic to get you on and fantastic to meet you as well. Where can we find you on your socials?
Thanks for having me on. You can find me on Twitter at the Canadian Foxes at LCFC_Canada. You can see the takes of the Canadian watching European and English football. I'll have a blast. It's a mixed Canadian hockey and football together. It's a riot.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, guys, please go and follow Beyond the 90. Fantastic channel, fantastic friends of mine as well. And we'll see what happens on Saturday. Hopefully it's me on the smiling side of things, but we shall see what happens. But until then, if you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like on the video, and subscribe to Beyond the 90 as well. But until then, it's goodbye from all of us, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.